Welcome to your Tuesday class. You might be receiving it a little earlier today. I'm trying to get it earlier in the day so you can choose to do it whenever you need. And my assistant's going to help me turn it way down even more to maybe more. So I appreciate your patience with some of our technical things. Today the first reading I wanted to do was make your morning into a meditative ritual. Today we bring a meditative focus to each part of your morning ritual, and this could also apply to your evening, in order to appreciate your daily life. So imagine just washing your face becomes your moving meditation, or brushing your hair back in the day when we did 100 strokes. To do this, simply bring mindfulness to each action you take, from the way you get out of bed to the personal habits and activities you engage in before you leave home. Keep your mind on exactly what you're doing in that moment. If you're washing yourself, notice the feeling of water on your skin or the texture of the actual loofah or the washcloth. Notice the scent of the soap or the shower gel you're using. While you prepare and eat your breakfast, direct an easy attentiveness to the process, taking pleasure in each movement. So try to notice the color of, say, the avocado you're cutting, the texture as the knife slices through the boiled egg. Taking pleasure in each movement and step of the preparation of the eating. And I know a lot of monks in monasteries, there is actually an encouragement to take a really long time to prepare each meal, that is the meditation. Then the eating is the meditation, increasing the number of bites per chew. Extend this attention and care to everything you do, even if it's for one thing this morning or this evening, setting a focused and mindful tone for the events for the rest of your day. Today, the reading that's actually for today, I'm going to do one more reading. I appreciate it. Create the sacred. Anything around you can be sacred. An object is sacred because of the context in which it exists. If a flower is on the ground outside, it is simply a beautiful part of nature. But when that flower is placed at home in a vase or an altar or given as a gift, it takes on a completely different meaning. You have placed value in it. Because of where it's placed or the spirit on which it's given, think about even your actions can have that same level. Instead of it just being getting groceries for something, it is a sacred thing you've done for this person. It's a gift. A conversation can be sacred if the intention, care, and trust are there. Sacred can mean valued, holy, something that you designate as worthy of your veneration. Though through your choices and commitment, you have the capacity to create sacredness in every corner of your life, even during a time like now when we feel like our arms are tied for our normal routines, maybe even going to your church that you normally go to or being with a community that you usually are with. We're now having to work a little harder at finding sacredness in pretty much anything. Take it while you can get it. So, today, at the end, we're going to do a meditated script, using a script meditation, and you'll lie down at that point, so you will need some pillows and or blankets for that. Let's take a few stretches in. Sorry, cat hair. So we're going to breathe our arms up. Take a moment, feeling the stacking of the bones. Palms reach up to the sky. Sorry, my allergies are bad. Engage your core, tightening up all those pieces. So I visualize tightening a corset or a skate, the laces on a skate. That's this area. And then lengthening through the fingers. Maybe visualize each digit, each part of each finger. So those bones are stacked. The bones in my arms are stacked. The bones in my rib cage stacked. My hip bones stacked over my legs. Lengthen. How much higher can I go up? Engage your core, lengthen. And when I can't reach any further, I'm going to bring my hands down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale up. Think of the stacked bones, maybe a stack of precious books or plates. Inhale up. Maybe even look up to the sky as if the sun was there. And release your hands down. And we'll do that one more time. For some reason we do threes. Palms reach up. Engage your core. Stack the bones, lengthen, look up to the imaginary sun, and let it go. Let's switch. Other leg in front. Well, maybe this is more comfortable. You're going to decide. Inhale up, reach up through the fingers, engage your core, lengthen, look to the imaginary sun. And now can you tilt a little behind you? And then back to neutral. A little to the left, and back to central, and a little to the right. And wide arms, swan dive. Let's take a little stretch this way. How far can I go over without tipping this right hip? Oh, and feel a deep stretch down this side. And back upright. And a little to the right. How far over can I go without tipping my left side? Lengthen, 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 lengthen. And back up. I'm gonna switch my legs and we'll do the same thing again, but adding the other arm. So left hand is up, down, right hand is up. Reach up, lengthening like we did earlier with two hands. And then I'm gonna slide all this energy over to the left without lifting the right bum, cheek, or hip. And then back up. Other side. Right palm lands, left palm up. Lengthen. Arc. Slide. Lengthen that whole left side. And back up. Switch your legs once more. Let's do a seated spinal twist. Left palm, right palm, left knee, left hand behind you. Sitting up straight. Focus your eyes on an object. And the twisting happens in my shoulder girdle, down through the torso, and finally down to the lower back. You might look over that left shoulder and back to center. And then you might look to the right. Twist, 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 twist. Look over the right. And back to center. Switch your legs once more. And let's do a tiny forward fold. So my bum is glued down. Hands can walk forward or stay on my lap. And hinge at the waist. I don't have to go very far, and I want to feel a gentle stretch in my lower back down to my glutes. I'm going to stare forward between my hands, wanting to keep that elongated. And then back up. Okay, let's come into tabletop. We haven't done cat-cow this week. Let me just get my hair out of the way. I will be doing a YouTube tutorial later today on doing my roots because a lot of people are having a challenge with missing their hairdresser. The good thing is shoppers, grocery stores, and now I've seen even Dollarama are considered essential services, so we can still get things that create normal routines in our life. Hair dye, our favorite makeup to pick us up, your favorite toothpaste, your favorite food. Anything you can do to keep that everyday kind of routine does create comfort and eases off anxiety for some people. I'm going to come into tabletop, take a moment to set this up. Even the setup is important. And I'm going to look, I'm lucky I have a mirror, I can see one of my shoulders is lower than the other. So maybe I'll move up and down in my shoulders a couple times. Finally coming into cow. Bum is curved, chest is between my biceps, and I'm going to start to look up. And just check in with how it feels in your lower back and your core. And then slowly, one vertebrae at a time, returning into cat. What does your first cat feel like today? Chin to chest, push the floor away. Slowly move back into cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Once more. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Neutral. Let's look to our left ankle and back to center. Look to your right ankle and back to center. Let's go a little deeper. Look to your right ankle from the left, back to center, and look to your left ankle from your right. Push back, extended child's pose. So in my extended child's pose, I can always add on the side stretch that we like. I'm going to walk my arms shoulder width apart over to the left. Press my bum and hips to the right, forehead down. Feel a deep stretch in the side ribs. And then walking back to center, one more extended child's pose. Arms walk to the right, keeping them shoulder width apart. Bum and hips press to the left. 2 breath rounds. Back to center. One more. right, this time let's come into prayer pose. Prayer hands here. And normally we use blocks. Today we're going to do no blocks. Forehead to the mat. Press your bum backward. Keep your palms pressing into each other. Breathing into the fullness of your back. Tailbone stretches towards the heels. Lengthening in the spine. Create length for movement later today. And then upright. Now we're going to do another variation. Again, we usually use blocks. I'm going to bring my prayer hands to the sky and try to bring my forehead down. Now I'm trying to bring my chest and belly to my thighs and trying to get my bum down. Palms press into each other. Option to try to take the thumbs to the back of your neck where it joins the shoulders. And then bring it all the way back down. Regular child's pose. Give your shoulders a break. Bring the arms behind you, palms turned up. And when we're in child's pose, we always talk about breathing into your back. So the more I can dangle my shoulders towards the earth, bum towards my heels, there's a big stretch along the back body. Arms come forward into Sphinx. That means bend to the elbow. And we're going to do dolphin. First we'll do the untraditional version we don't tend to do. Palms together, elbows root down, knees are tucked, toes are tucked. And some of us may just come forward and back here, lubricating the shoulder girdle. Option to take it more intense. So maybe I come into half plank and come forward and back, keeping my bum down. Option to turn it into a dolphin, walking your toes in. I might look at my feet or look towards my elbows. And then knees down, extended child's pose, and coming into regular child's pose, shoulders dangle. Option to stack your fists, forehead to the fist if that feels easier. And then coming upright. So we are going to do another variation. I had some requests for some of these shoulder poses that are help opening in front of our chest, especially if you had to do a lot of online work. So forehead to the floor, sleeping cobra. But this time I'm going to take my right arm out to a T, press the palm down, left arm bent at the elbow. Rolling over onto my right side. I want to look down, stacking the flexed feet, knees, hips. Head is off the floor a couple inches, and maybe I'm just going to lean back here, opening the front of this chest. Option to take left arm in the sky if I'm feeling balanced. Option to let it fall behind you. Can you lead a practice based on what you're feeling? Your sensations leading you to either go deeper in a challenge or to ease off if it's not pleasurable. Back to center. Hands down, windshield wiper. Now we'll do the other side. Left arm out, spread the fingers. It's the same height as my shoulder or lower. Right arm bent to the elbow, tented. Rolling over onto my left side. Ankles, feet, knees, everything stacked. Head is an inch or two off the floor. Excuse me, spread the left fingers. Press that palm down. Pressing that right hand, tented fingers into the floor, rolling back, depending on what happens in that left shoulder. Option to bring your right arm in the sky, or let it fall behind you. And then back to center. Stack your hands, bend your knees, windshield wiper. I'm going to press up into tabletop, and here's where we're going to do a couple sun salutations, however you get there. I like to tuck my toes and walk towards the top of my mat. Maybe you're tight and that's not happening. So we'll let our head go. Choosing stillness, or let's sway, or forward and back, nodding. Arms to the side, rise up, reach up, arc a little behind you, and swan dive. Half back, fold, plant, knees. Slow motion, lowering our heart between our hands. Sleeping cobra, 2 breaths. Hugging the elbows in. Tops of the feet pressed down. Peeling your chest off the floor. Tuck your toes, press back into dog. Pedaling that first dog on your high heels. Maybe you're on the ball of your feet, maybe you're not. Right foot forward, left knee back, low lunge. And I'm gonna start low like this. Option to come high, or option to tuck and rise. Option to stretch my hamstring. Left heel lifts, right leg straightens. Option to fold. Come together, fold, rise, heart center. Now I'll do the same flow but in front of you. Inhale up, exhale fold. Half back, fold, plant, option to hop, and slowly lower. Sleeping cobra, 2 breaths. Peeling your chest off the floor, baby cobra. Tuck your toes, press back into dog. Pedaling your dog. Left foot forward, right knee back, low lunge. Option to stay here, or add an arc, or tuck and rise. Hands release. Option to straighten left leg, fold, feet together, fold, rise, heart center. And just for something different, we haven't done this in a while, we'll do the twist. Inhaling up, option to sit into chair, option to twist the chair, looking over the left shoulder, center, counter twist, back to center, and fold. Half back, fold, plant, knees, heart to the floor. Sleeping cobra, 2 breaths. Choose your back bend. Maybe today I'm in a baby cobra, or up dog. Down dog, right foot forward, left foot back, high lunge, heart center. Find your balance. Twisting inside the leg, stacking above your shoulder. Center, counter twist. Center, release. Feet together, fold. Rise, heart center. One last side. Inhaling up. Exhale up. Chair. Twist to the left. Chair. Thumbs to sternum. Center. Chair. Back to center. Fold. Half back. Fold. Plant. Knees. Lower down. Sleeping cobra, 2 breaths. Choose your back bend. Listen to your body, making sure you're engaging or clenching your bum. Option to come into up dog, down dog. Left foot forward, right foot back, high lunge. But this time I'm going to come to heart center. Twist inside the inner thigh, look over your shoulder. Center and counter twist. Center, release. Feet together, fold. Rise, heart center. I want to do a couple things on the floor now. We did some work with the Kundalini activity yesterday to help the lung capacity. I thought that continuing to work with that part of the body would be beneficial, even in case any of us are sick or did get sick. Keeping the lungs moving, and especially once the weather gets better, we're moving outside more. So we're going to come into cactus. Spread your fingers. And I think I'm about perfect height. Hard to see. I'm going to move open that gate. How far back can I go around this imaginary pole behind me? Inhale, sit, grow tall. Widen this cactus. And then back to neutral. Closing all the way. And this some of us found difficult. Pressing our palms into each other. Lining up your forearms and elbows. Press into that. Press the palms into each other. And then open, keeping the palms or Hasta Bandha flexed. and do that a couple times, exploring your shoulders range of motion. I notice that as we fall out of our normal habits, it becomes more and more difficult. Our body has forgotten some of the stuff that we did before this all happened. And maybe you start to find new activities in your home that you put off for years, so you're using new muscles and thought processes. Wish me luck. Today I am also going to start trying to paint the white ceiling between my exposed beams in my dining room. It's something that we've wanted someone to come and do for years, and we have yet to get a painter to return our calls. So I will go down deep into the scary basement, get some paint and our really big ladder, and do my least favorite thing, painting ceilings. And back to center and release. Maybe we'll drop our head to the left. 2 breaths here, feel a nice gentle stretch. Gravity's working in your favor. And then to center. And then over to the right. And back to center. Now I want to do the same thing with arms, but remember we called it the Illuminati. I was kind of joking. So I'm going to take my palms, open in the cactus, and open all the way up to the ceiling. Can I make the fingers touch, forming that little triangle or eye above my head? Open the elbows back. Woo! Come all the way back down and bring your elbows into your side body. Jazz hands. Slowly flex, come back to cactus. Back to triangle eye above your head. And this is really good for proprioception if you can touch your finger and thumb together without looking. Flex those hands, open. Back down to side body, jazz hands. Can you do 5 rounds of this as you're moving meditation? So I'm going to stop talking. Back to neutral. This time let's sit on our hands, or actually you can also take your hands behind your back if you're kind of being arrested. Back and fold of your forearms, sit up straight. Left ear, left shoulder. Center, right ear, right shoulder. Center. Do that a couple times like a semicircle. Left, center, right, center, and left. Let's do, we'll switch our legs. Let's do one more thing we were thinking we haven't done in a while. Our Kundalini washing machine. And again, this is to help get the heart rate up. It's also going to help loosen up any tension in my back, especially upper back if you've been doing a lot of reading on your Kindle or on your computer or on your phone. And then it's also going to help your lungs, which is preventative in case we get sick. Could be a cold, all this indoor time. So jazz hands. Slowly fix your eyes on something that's not moving. Feel your natural range of motion, and you might speed this up, or you might close your eyes. Can you find a rhythm in this moving meditation? Keep coming back to the form. Look at yourself every so often. If you slacked and the arms are flopping, come back to the squared off cactus, flex the palms. Mind is present, body's holding that present. Can you expand your range of motion? Think of how flexible we'll be after this. Maybe you are going to have a dance party. I'm seeing lots of families do that online. Find some music that used to make you happy right after high school. What was your music? There's a theory psychologists say that the music that we loved in our early 20s actually is the most formative music in our brain, and that's why we tend to find nostalgia stations going back to whatever year that was when we were in our 20s so comforting. I started to move away from that. I wanted to let go of why was I fixated on music from when I was in my 20s. And I'm finding joy in new music. And I have to say that's the benefit for using Spotify, whether it's free or Google Music free. I did upgrade and I got a free Google Home Mini to go with it. I use that station constantly. I can pick a mood, it makes new lists for me. I use ambient music a lot for my yoga classes. This mix is one my son found on YouTube. It's a little clubby. I feel like we should be on a beach in Ibiza. But I have to admit, it's worth the investment. And right now there's all these deals on Spotify and some of those other programs. Also, if you use Amazon Prime, you get free music. And there's one other, now I'm gonna take it lower. The music is good because you can pick what mood you want to be, or you can shift your mood. If I'm cooking Mexican food, I try to put on reggaeton or salsa. If I'm cooking a sophisticated brunch, poached eggs, I might put on brunch jazz music or retro cocktail music. I definitely use the yoga music all day. If I want to recreate a feeling from a vacation I had, I pick that kind of music. I also like to hear all these new artists, and this is how I shift away from getting caught up in the good old days music. And I find so many new artists, especially Canadians, that would never have had exposure if I just were listening to normal AM, FM in my car. And then I'm going to slow it down. And let's come back, switch the legs or straighten them out. And as our relaxation today, we've done so much with our upper body, I do invite you to slowly lie down and bring your knees into your chest or stay here in constructive rest. The bones of the body heavy to the mat. Feel the bones of your arms heavy. You might bring one knee in and the other, rocking side to side. Or you might stretch all the way out. Whatever you do, you're going to get comfortable. And I am going to read you a gratitude meditation. Let me just turn this music down. Get comfortable. We're trying to build our resilience muscle. I'm going to put air quotes around that, through gratitude in our meditation. And you can do a generic meditation, or I like it once in a while to have a tone or an intention set because it makes my brain focus more easily on this. There's a lot of meditation articles right now talking about how sometimes actually the idea of emptying your mind and nothingness is creating a lot more anxiety when we're in a time of global uncertainty. So having a focus like gratitude or love for somebody or healing for somebody helps direct your thoughts and your breath to something concrete instead of so loose. Take some time to place yourself in a comfortable position. Take a few deep breaths and let your chest rise and fall with each inhalation and exhalation. When you're ready, your eyes naturally drift closed, shutting out another sense. As you continue to breathe slowly and deeply, let your attention rest on your breath, feeling the movement as it enters and exits your body, the muscular effort involved. Each time you exhale is the softening. We let go of any tension, relaxing your face, your shoulders, your belly, and your legs. With your attention coming back to your heart, on your next exhale, settle the attention to that place around your heart. Maybe you don't even feel it, but your mind can go there. Focus on feelings of love, compassion, empathy, and forgiveness. And maybe think about the first person that comes to mind when you smile and think of love. With your attention on your heart center, maybe even visualize a soft, warm, round circle. Bring to mind something or someone you are grateful for. As you continue with your easy, relaxed breathing in and out through the nose, perhaps you feel gratitude for being alive or healthy. Perhaps you are grateful for the abundance of nature that provides food to nourish our body and the beautiful scenery to nourish your soul. Things we are so lucky to have right now. Feeling gratitude for our own life and the gifts that we've been blessed with. Some are visual and some are material, and most are just within our body, invisible. Now bring your attention to how this gratitude feels in the area around that heart. Come back to that warm circle around the heart. With each inhale, let this feeling grow outwards, expanding to fill your chest, your arms, hands, your legs, and feet. With each inhale, this feeling grows, filling you up. And now, return your attention back to the breath. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. Thinking about sensations that you can now associate with gratitude. Very slowly we'll start to wiggle our fingers and toes, stretching, expanding, lengthening. We've done a lot of things today that created lengthening our upper body. And then release. Bring your knees into your chest and then roll into a ball on whatever side comes naturally. Relaxing in this baby fetal position for a moment, soft and relaxed. And feeling thankful for your health, your body, and all that we have right now in a world with so much uncertainty. Very slowly press yourself upright with that top hand, coming back into your sweet seat, ready to join your day. Thank you so much for joining me and our community, knowing that we're all here together, doesn't matter what time of day we're watching this or whether we get to it in the morning or night, we're all energetically together right now. We could pick up the phone and any one of us would want to talk to each other. Know that you are not alone right now. The good in me sees the good in you. Namaste. And now I'm going to turn this off.